Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. I hope you're doing good and preparing well for the exams. We'll continue with the series of 5 MCQ on finance, and today we'll be discussing MCQs of debt market. Please keep in mind that debt market, similar to equity market, is a very important chapter which you cannot miss for RBI Grade B and SEBI Grade A as well. Now, before moving ahead, we at EduTap have a very good news for you that we have bought a comprehensive guidebook for RBI Grade B and SEBI Grade A, which would answer all your common queries in a very prompt manner. We as an aspirant spend a lot of time on internet finding the pattern of the exam, this prompt syllabus, the sources to follow, the role of the organization as a whole in the economy, the hierarchy which is going to be followed in the organization, and not just that, the in hand drawn salary, the perks, etc. And these information cannot be found at a single source collectively on Google. So we at EduTap are making your process very easy and saving your time by providing you this guidebook which will answer all your common queries, and you can directly start your preparation. Not just that, these guidebooks are absolutely free of cost and you can download the same from the description given below. Let's begin the session. If you are new to our YouTube channel, please press the bell icon to receive the latest updates on various regulatory body exams. And do join our Telegram channel to receive the PDFs of the session. And if you have any doubt, you can call us on the given number. Now, yesterday we had ended the session on equity with a homework question. And the question says that Newcraft India Limited is an Indian company. It wants to list its company on the US stock exchange. Then which of the following instruments can it use to do so? The correct answer to the question is option C. It is American Depository Receipt. Now, firstly, what is a depository receipt? See, depository receipt is a financial instrument, okay? Which represents the shares of a local company, ठीक है? Shares किसका? एक local company का. In this case, Newcrafts Limited is an Indian company, ठीक है? So it became local Indian company है. Now, though the company is local, they trade and list on the foreign stock exchange. Okay, that is what depository receipt is. Now the question says that the company wants to list on the US stock exchange. So those types of depository receipts, as in those stocks which are listed on the US stock exchange as depository receipts, are known as American depository receipts. I hope you understood this. Now, without delaying, let's begin the session. The question says that which among the following are the major participants of GSEC in India? सबसे पहले, let's quickly summarize what is a debt market. ठीक है? Please keep in mind that unlike equity market, where the issuer, or you can say the person who is borrowing the money, has unlimited access to the funds, but in case of debt market, the issuer does not have unlimited access to the funds he receives. ठीक है? He has to return the funds after a certain period of time, and unlike equity market, in case of a debt market, the returns here are fixed. Returns are fixed in nature. What is an example of a debt market instrument? Let's say a bond. ठीक है? What is the fixed return which you get on a bond? Coupon payment मिलता है bond पे. ठीक है? This is what debt market is. Now in India, the classification of market can be done as money market. ठीक है? सबसे पहले there is money market. Secondly, you have capital market, and next you have forex market. ठीक है. Now debt market and equity market is an example of capital market. ठीक है. And these debt instruments, keep in mind, can be of short term and can be of long term. ठीक है. Short term instruments are the instruments which have a maturity period of less than 1 year, and long term have a maturity greater than 1 year. Okay. Now the short term debt instruments are also known as money market instruments. Please keep in mind. See, an important note here that these who can issue short term and long term instruments, okay, in the debt market with respect to the government. Now the central government can issue both short term and long term debt securities, but the state government can only issue long term securities. याद रखना कि state government can only issue long term securities. Long term securities क्या हो गई? Example, bonds या dated securities हो गई. ठीक है. Now this is the basic overview about what is a debt market. Now we'll just get into the question. The question asks that who are the major players of the GSEC in India? The first option says, are they commercial banks, or are they primary dealers, or are they cooperative banks, regional rural banks, or all of the above? The correct answer to the question is all of the above. ठीक है? The correct answer to the question is all of the above. All these people are part of the GSEC market in India. Now let us understand this one by one. Now, as I said the major players include commercial banks and primary dealers. Now we'll quickly understand what are primary dealers. See, primary dealers are the people who help the government by buying and selling government securities. ठीक है. So basically what do primary dealers do? They buy government securities from the government with the intention of selling it further to the people. ठीक है. So they, in simple terms, act as a market maker. ठीक है. मार्केट मेकर किसके लिए? गवर्नमेंट के लिए. और इनका नीड क्यों है? These people help to create liquidity in the market. ठीक है. See, let's say there are two people, A and B. ठीक है. Now this person, let's say person A, he wants to sell a share for ₹11. ठीक है. But this person B is not ready to buy the share at ₹11. He wants to buy the share at ₹9. ठीक है. So this issue can create a liquidity crunch in the market. So in order to avoid this, primary dealers are present in between. They provide a ask price and bid price to the buyer and seller, which would create availability of funds, availability of shares for them, not funds, and the market would be liquid. ठीक है. This is what primary dealers are. Who are the other participants? There are cooperative banks, there are regional rural banks. Apart from that, you also have mutual funds, trust, provident funds, etc. Now keep in mind, FPIs and FIIs can also invest in GSECs, but there is a limit prescribed and which is changed time to time. ठीक है. Apart from this, the major players are state government. Nepal Rashtriya Bank can also participate, and the Royal Monetary Authority of Bhutan can also participate in the GSEC market. ठीक है? And in few situations, the participants are okay, kind of restricted, and we'll discuss this further. ठीक है? Now moving to the second question. The question says that in which of the following methods of auctioning does each bidder pay a different price? Read the question carefully, that each bidder pays different price and not the same price. ठीक है? Is it multiple price auctioning? Is it uniform price auctioning? Is it competitive auctioning, or is it non-competitive auctioning, or it is yield based auctioning? ठीक है? Now before getting to know the answer, please understand how government of India issues GSEC. ठीक है? So basically GSEC are issued via the process of auction. And who does this auction on behalf of Government of India? It is Reserve Bank of India. So broadly, the auctioning can be of two types. Okay. The first is based on yield-based auctioning, and the second is based on price-based auctioning. Okay. Now, what is a yield-based auction? यील्ड बेस्ड ऑक्शन उन सिक्योरिटीज के लिए होता है जो फर्स्ट बार इश्यू हो रही है. व्हेन द सिक्योरिटीज आर इश्यूड फॉर द वेरी फर्स्ट टाइम, देन आरबीआई गोज फॉर यील्ड बेस्ड ऑक्शनिंग. ठीक है. On the other hand, what is a price based auctioning? In price based auctioning, those securities are auctioned which are already issued. ठीक है. And the price based auctioning can further be classified. I mean, the process in which this auctioning is conducted can be of multiple price. ठीक है. And the second is uniform price. Now, please keep in mind the yield based auctioning and the price based auctioning are known as competitive auctioning method. Okay, they are known as competitive auctioning method. Q, we'll understand this in the coming slide. Okay, now the correct answer to the question is option A, that is multiple price based auctioning, where the bidder pays a different price. And now, just before some time, I said you multiple price based auctioning comes under which category? Price based auctioning. Now let us understand each of them in a detailed manner. सबसे पहले, as I said you, two types of auctioning: yield and price. Yield and price. What is a yield based auctioning? Yield based auctioning is the process when the government is issuing new GSEC, or the first time issuance take place. ठीक है. Now, in the case of yield based auctioning, what happens is the investor makes bid in terms of yield. ठीक है. And the yield is quoted up to a decimal place of two numbers. जैसे मान लो 7.49% या 8.56%. So yield को two decimal places तक जो bidders हैं they will be putting. ठीक है. And once the government and RBI receives the bids, what they do is they arrange the bid in ascending order. याद रखना, they arrange the bid in ascending order. Yield based auctioning में क्या होता है? सबसे पहले new securities जब launch होती हैं तब we use yield based auctioning, and in this case once the bid is made, the bids are arranged in ascending order. ठीक है. और उस असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में अरेंज करने के बाद वी अराइव एट अ कट ऑफ यील्ड. ठीक है, याद रखना, कट ऑफ यील्ड. ठीक है. और ये कट ऑफ यील्ड है जिसके बेसिस पे आपको एलोकेशंस होंगी. तो अब किस किस को एलोकेट होंगे ये बिड्स? प्लीज कीप इन माइंड दैट द कट ऑफ यील्ड इज द वन इन केस ऑफ यील्ड बेस्ड मेच्योरिटी में क्या है कि उन बिडर्स को मिलेंगी जिनने कट ऑफ यील्ड के नीचे या उस पॉइंट तक बिड किया था, ठीक है। हु आर द सक्सेसफुल बिडर्स? दोज हु हैव बिड बिलो द कट ऑफ यील्ड and at the cutoff yield. Let's say the cutoff yield is 8.46%. तो people who bid at 8.46% और उसके नीचे, मतलब जैसे 8.38, 8%, इस बेसिस पे जिनने भी अपनी बिड प्लेस की होंगी उन लोगों को ये सिक्योरिटीज अलॉट होंगी, एंड दोज पीपल हु कोटेड अ यील्ड अबव दिस कट ऑफ यील्ड, उनकी रिक्वेस्ट रिजेक्ट हो जाएगी. I hope you understood what is yield based auctioning. Now let us understand price based auctioning. Price based auctioning क्या होता है? As I said you, जब गवर्नमेंट अपनी सिक्योरिटीज को रीइश्यू कर रही है, which means these securities already existed in the market. ठीक है. Now in this terms, unlike yield, the bidders quote in terms of price. Keep in mind यहाँ पे price के terms में people मेक अ बिड, ठीक है. यहां पे भी क्या होता है? सिमिलर टू द यील्ड बेस्ड ऑक्शनिंग, एक कट ऑफ प्राइस डिसाइड करती है, ठीक है. देयर इज अ कट ऑफ प्राइस विच इज डिसाइडेड, ठीक है. नाउ अब जब लोग इसको बिड देंगे तो अब क्या होगा कि दीज प्राइस बिड्स आर अरेंज्ड इन डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर. Yield based में क्या था? We arranged the bid in ascending order, but price based auctioning में we'll arrange the price in descending order. And who will be getting the securities? Those people who bid above the cutoff price or at the cutoff price would be receiving the bids, ठीक है. Above the cutoff price, ये difference बहुत अच्छे से याद रखना. Those who have bid at the cutoff price or above the cutoff price will be receiving the GSEC, ठीक है. This is what price based and yield based auctioning is, ठीक है. Now this, how is this auctioning done? दो तरीके से ये ऑक्शन हो सकती है. There is a multiple price auctioning और uniform price auctioning, ठीक है. Now multiple price auctioning में क्या होता है? जब वो कट ऑफ प्राइस इज डिसाइडेड, उसके बाद जिन लोगों को भी वो बिड्स मिलने हैं और उनने जिस भी रेट पे उसको कोट किया है, मतलब जितने भी प्राइस पे, नॉट द रेट, जितने प्राइस पे उसको कोट किया है उस क्वांटिटी के हिसाब से दे विल बी असाइन्ड द बिड, ठीक है. बट इन केस ऑफ अ यूनिफॉर्म प्राइस ऑक्शनिंग में क्या होता है ना, लेट्स से इफ द कट ऑफ प्राइस इज फिक्स टू 100, ठीक है. मान लो गवर्नमेंट कहती है कि 100 रुपए का हम सिक्योरिटी देंगे, तो अगर 100 रुपया कट ऑफ प्राइस है, तो अगर लोगों ने 100 रुपया से ज्यादा भी बिड किया है तो यूनिफॉर्म ऑक्शनिंग में, प्राइस ऑक्शनिंग में लोगों को वो सिक्योरिटी कितने का मिलेगा? स्टिल 100 रुपीज का ही मिलेगा. आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड द डिफरेंस दैट व्हाट इज अ मल्टीपल प्राइस ऑक्शनिंग एंड अ यूनिफॉर्म प्राइस ऑक्शनिंग, ठीक है. नाउ कीप इन माइंड दैट the yield based and the price based auctioning are known as competitive auctioning method. क्यों competitive? क्योंकि here people are competing with each other to receive the government security, ठीक है. Now what is a non-competitive bidding? See, with the view of increasing the participation of retail investors in GSEC market, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया केम अप विथ नॉन कॉम्पिटिटिव बिड्स, ठीक है. किसके लिए है? रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए. इट इज फॉर रिटेल इन्वेस्टर्स, ठीक है. अब एक चीज याद रखना दैट द हाउ मच अमाउंट कैन द रिटेल इन्वेस्टर इन्वेस्ट. सी, द अमाउंट इज रेस्ट्रिक्टेड अप टू मैक्सिमम ऑफ 5%, ठीक है. 5% पे the amount is restricted. किसका? of the nominal amount of the issue, मतलब total issue का 5% ही नॉन कॉम्पिटिटिव बिड्स में जा सकता है, ठीक है. एंड व्हाट इज द मिनिमम अमाउंट? द मिनिमम अमाउंट इज 10,000, ठीक है. एंड द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू विच द इंडिविजुअल रिटेल इन्वेस्टर कैन इन्वेस्ट इन अ सिंगल टर्म शुड नॉट बी मोर देन 2 crores. याद रखना, ठीक है. I hope you understood what are different price what are the different auctioning methods. Let's move ahead. The question says that certificate of deposit is issued by which of the following? Is it issued by a scheduled commercial bank, or is issued by a RRB, small finance bank, or financial institutions, or all of the above? The correct answer to the question is all of the above. All of these people can issue certificate of deposit. Now, let us understand what is a certificate of deposit. The certificate of deposit is a टाइम डिपॉजिट. ऐसे समझो नाम में ही क्या है, डिपॉजिट है. इसमें क्या होगा, यू एज एन इन्वेस्टर वुड बी डिपॉजिटिंग योर मनी इन द बैंक, और बैंक क्या करेगी, इसके बदले दे विल इशू यू अ सर्टिफिकेट. तो आर दे सिमिलर टू एफडीज? No, they are not similar to FDs. I'll tell you why. Because these certificate of deposits have a bearing nature. इसका simply मतलब है ना कि they can be transferable या tradable. लेकिन FD ऐसा कर सकते हैं क्या फिक्स्ड डिपॉजिट में के केस में? नहीं. Fixed deposit are neither transferable nor tradable. Now सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ डिपॉजिट्स के इस नेचर पे वी कैन क्लासिफाई देम एज नेगोशिएबल. ठीक है, एंड नेगोशिएबल सर्टिफिकेट डिपॉजिट या नॉन नेगोशिएबल सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ डिपॉजिट. तो नेगोशिएबल सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ डिपॉजिट क्या है? एज द नेम सजेस्ट्स दैट दीज सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ डिपॉजिट्स can be sold in the secondary market before maturity. But what is a non-negotiable certificate deposit? These certificate of deposits have to be held until maturity. मतलब आप secondary market में जाके इसको नहीं बेच सकते. Understood? What is a certificate of deposit? And please remember that इस certificate of deposit में there is a proper mention of the maturity date, कब mature होगी, कितना interest मिलेगा, सब कुछ. ठीक है. Now, which of the following entities I said you can issue the certificate of deposit? Commercial banks can issue them. Regional rural banks, I'm sorry, RRBs can issue them. Small finance bank and financial institutions are permitted by RBI to issue the certificate of deposit. I hope you understood. Now let's move ahead. The question asks that CDs issued by bank are the CDs issued by banks, the maturity period should not be less than dash days and not more than 1 year. See, इस क्वेश्चन में क्या है ना, CDs कौन इशू करता है ना, उसके हिसाब से मेच्योरिटी पीरियड डिसाइड होती है. तो CDs which are, ठीक है, which are issued by banks have a maturity of minimum how many days is the question asking you. Now the correct answer to the question is 7 days. So which means now we understood what is a certificate of deposit. So the minimum maturity is 7 days and the maximum maturity period is not more than 1 year. ठीक है. Now can you tell me कि the minimum value जो certificate of deposit पे की केस में issue हो सकती है? Do let me know the same in the comment section. ठीक है. I hope you understood that what are certificate deposits now and the maturity. Now the fifth question says the minimum rating required to issue a commercial paper is dash. Is it A3, is it A2, or is it A1, or is it BB+? Now the correct answer to the question is the commercial papers should have a rating of A3. Now let us understand first what is a commercial paper. See, commercial paper कुछ नहीं है, एक short term loan है, ठीक है, but which is unsecured in nature. देखो, एवरी टाइम कंपनीज कैनॉट गो टू द बैंक टू मीट देयर शॉर्ट टर्म लाइबिलिटीज. जैसे अकाउंट रिसीवेबल्स है जो उनको कुछ दिन 6 महीने के बाद मिल जाएगी या 1 महीने के बाद मिलने वाली है. तो ऐसे फंडिंग्स को कैटर करने के लिए इफ दे गो टू द बैंक द प्रोसेस बिकम्स वेरी cumbersome. So for this reason they issue commercial paper. So what is a commercial paper? It is a unsecured short term loan taken by whom? Taken by corporations. क्यों? To finance their account receivables या inventories को. ठीक है. Now keep in mind that these commercial papers are issued at a discount. इस पे फेस वैल्यू पे डिस्काउंट पे क्यों होता है? ये रिफ्लेक्ट करता है द प्रिवेलिंग मार्केट इंटरेस्ट रेट्स को. And please keep in mind that these commercial papers are also known as unsecured promissory notes. क्यों unsecured promissory कहते हैं? क्योंकि ये तो क्या पता रहता है कि भाई at maturity you will receive the face value or the principal back, but there is no guarantee that the money you invested will come back. So that is the reason they are called unsecured promissory notes. ठीक है. Now people who issue these commercial papers have to take ratings from SEBI. SEBI के साथ जो क्रेडिट रेटिंग एजेंसीज होते हैं उनके थ्रू इनको अपनी रेटिंग लेनी पड़ेगी. ठीक है. एंड द मिनिमम रेटिंग विच दे शुड हैव इज A3. ठीक है. Now those people who do not have a rating of A3 cannot issue. These people can issue and जिनका रेटिंग A3 नहीं है वो कमर्शियल पेपर्स को इशू नहीं कर सकते. और there is something very important that the issuer has to keep in mind. ठीक है. While the time of issuance, ठीक है, the rating जो उनको रिसीव हो रहा है ना, it should be the current rating and it should not be a old rating. ठीक है. So the rating which they issue should be current and not a old one. I hope you understood what is commercial paper. Now I have a homework question for you which says that what is the minimum period of maturity of a commercial paper? Do let me know the answers in the comment section and I'll let you know the answers tomorrow. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the session. Do subscribe to our Telegram channel and join our Telegram channel to receive the PDF for the sessions. And if you have any doubts, do reach out to us in the given number. Prepare well for the exams. All the best. Thank you.